South Sudan is a landlocked country in East-Central Africa, and the youngest nation in the world, having gained independence from Sudan on July 9, 2011. However, South Sudan is one of the most ethnically diverse countries in Africa, with over 60 distinct ethnic groups. These groups fall into three major language families: Nilotic, Central Sudanic, and Bantu, though Bantu influence is minimal. Most major groups are Nilotic, for example, Dinka, Nuer, Shilluk, Toposa. Central Sudanic groups like the Lugbara Moru and Kakwa live in the south and west. Ethnic identity is closely tied to language, clan, cattle, and land. Many groups practice oral traditions, initiation rituals, and maintain deep ancestral customs. Ethnic divisions have influenced political conflict, especially between the Dinka and Nuer. Efforts toward national unity are ongoing, with cultural diversity both a strength and a challenge. Rich in oil, but development hindered by conflict and poor infrastructure, and most people rely on subsistence, farming, and cattle herding. In this video, we will highlight the major ethnic groups of South Sudan and what makes them unique. The Dinka, also called Jangar, the largest ethnic group in South Sudan, making up about 35 to 40% of the population. Mainly, Living Bear, Elgaz, Upper Nile, and Unity State. Language, Dinka, part of the Nilotic language family, traditionally cattle herders and agriculturalists. Cattle are central to Dinka life, used in marriage, wealth, naming, and spiritual life. Known for tall physical stature, elaborate scarification, and age-set systems, rich oral traditions, songs, and poetry passed down through generations. Social structure is clan-based, with elders and spiritual leaders holding authority. The Dinka have played a dominant role in South Sudanese politics, especially in the independence struggle. Famous people: Salva Kiir, the current president; Manute Bol, former NBA player; sprinter Gout. Dinka are among the tallest people in the world. Their height and lean build are widely noted, and have contributed to the success of several Dinka in modeling, like models Silikwek, Adot Akek, and Anak Yai, all being Dinka. The Nuer are the second largest ethnic group in South Sudan. After the Dinka, they are part of the Nilotic peoples and are closely related to the Dinka, but have distinct cultural, linguistic, and historical traits. Population: 15% of South Sudan's population. Location: primarily in Upper Nile, Unity State, and parts of western Ethiopia, Gambela region. Language: Nuer, a Nilotic language. Livelihood: traditionally cattle herders, fishermen, and pastoralists. Cattle are at the heart of Nuer culture, used for dowries, naming, rituals, and as a status symbol. Known for elaborate body scarification during male initiation, strong clan-based identity, and a deep sense of kinship and lineage. Have a flexible political system with no centralized leadership, often governed by elders and spiritual leaders. Famous people: Riek Machar, a key opposition leader and former vice president. Is Nuer, also model Nyadak, Ducky Thought. The Azande, also spelled Zandi, are one of the largest Central Sudanic ethnic groups. Population: approximately 6 to 10% of South Sudan's population. In Western Equatoria State. Language: Zandi. Traditionally farmers growing maize, millet, cassava, and peanuts. Skilled in woodworking, pottery, and ironwork. Strong clan structure and respect for elders and chiefs. Known for rich folklore, especially animal fables and proverbs. Once had a powerful kingdom, Zandi Kingdom, with a royal court and warrior class. Currently represented in politics and local governance, especially in Western Equatoria. The Bari are a Nilotic ethnic group, primarily living in Central Equatoria State in South Sudan, especially around the capital, Juba. Population: around 400,000, minus 500,000 people. Location: mainly in and around Juba, along the White Nile. Language: Bari language. Part of the Eastern Nilotic family. Livelihood: traditionally agriculture, fishing, and trade. The Bari are mainly farmers, growing crops like sorghum, maize, and millet. Fishing and trading along the Nile River are important economic activities. They have a clan-based social structure with elders playing a strong role in community decisions. Known for rich music, dance, and oral storytelling traditions. They are politically influential, especially in the capital region, and involved in local governance. The Shilluk, also spelled Chalo, are a Nilotic ethnic group living mainly along the White Nile River. Population: around 500,000. 600,000. Location, primarily in Upper Nile State, near the towns of Malakal and Renk. Language, Shilluk language. Livelihood, mainly farming, fishing, and livestock herding. The Shilluk have a monarchical system, traditionally led by the Reth, a hereditary king who is both a political and spiritual leader. Their society is organized around clans and lineages. Agriculture includes crops like sorghum and millet, supplemented by fishing in the Nile. Rich tradition of oral history, poetry, and music. Historically, the Shilluk Kingdom was a powerful state in the region before colonial times. If you like this video so far, please like, comment, and subscribe so I can continue making them in the future. The Acholi are a Nilotic ethnic group, primarily in northern Uganda and South Sudan. Language, Acholi language, a Luo language. Livelihood, traditionally agriculture, fishing, and livestock keeping. The Acholi live in clan-based communities with strong social ties, known for music and dance, especially during ceremonies and festivals. Traditional Acholi society is patriarchal, with elders playing a key role in decision-making. The Acholi region was heavily affected by the Lord's Resistance Army, Lure insurgency, causing displacement and suffering. The Maban are an ethnic group, primarily living in the eastern part of South Sudan. Population, estimated tens of thousands. Maban languages, part of the Nilo-Saharan language family. Livelihood, traditionally farming, hunting, and fishing. The Maban have a clan-based social structure. They practice subsistence agriculture and live in small, close-knit communities. Known for traditional music and oral storytelling. They maintain a distinct cultural identity despite pressures from surrounding groups. The Toposa are a Nilotic ethnic group, primarily living in the southeastern part of South Sudan. Population, approximately 100,000 to 200,000. Speak Toposa language. Livelihood, traditionally pastoralists, herding cattle, goats, and sheep. The Toposa are known for their cattle herding culture, with livestock central to their social, economic, and cultural life. They live in clan-based communities with strong ties to family and kinship, known for vibrant music and dance. During ceremonies and festivals, the Murle are an ethnic group, primarily found in southeastern South Sudan. Population, approximately 150,000, minus 200,000. Speak Murle language. Traditionally pastoralists herding cattle, as well as farming and hunting. The Murle place great cultural importance on cattle, which are central to social status, marriage dowries, and rituals. Known for their distinct body scarification and traditional dress, society is clan-based with strong emphasis on kinship and extended family. The Murle have been involved in interethnic conflicts, especially with neighboring groups like the Lu, Nuer, and Dinka over cattle raiding and resources. The Moru are an ethnic group, primarily found in western Equatoria State. Population, approximately 200,000 to 250,000. Moru language, part of the Central Sudanic language family. Livelihood, traditionally agriculture, growing crops like cassava, millet, and sorghum. Also involved in fishing and hunting. The Moru have a village-based social structure with strong community ties, known for rich music, dance, and oral storytelling traditions. Traditional beliefs are important, with rituals related to ancestors and spirits. They have a reputation for strong community, cohesion, and cultural preservation. The Otuho are an ethnic group living primarily in eastern Equatoria State. Population, estimated around 200,000. They speak Otuho language, traditionally involved in agriculture, cattle herding, and hunting. The Otuho live in clan-based communities with strong ties to family and elders, known for their rich oral traditions, including stories, proverbs, and songs. They have distinctive cultural ceremonies related to marriage, initiation, and harvest, known for resilience and preserving their culture amidst regional challenges. The Didinga are a Nilotic ethnic group, primarily residing in the Didinga hills of eastern Equatoria State. Population, approximately 100,000, minus 150,000. Speak Didinga language. Livelihood, traditionally agriculture, cattle herding, and hunting. The Didinga have a strong tradition of rainmaking ceremonies, which are important for their agriculture, play a central role in their culture, used in social ceremonies and as wealth. They have a clan-based social system, with elders playing key roles in governance and conflict resolution. This sums up the major ethnic groups of South Sudan. South Sudan's future depends on achieving lasting peace and stability, diversifying its economy beyond oil, and building strong governance, Promoting national unity and improving education and infrastructure are key. Continued international support and addressing environmental challenges will help the country grow toward lasting prosperity. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.